Welcome back to the Family Records. It's a beautiful Saturday, March 11th. And just before we pick the record, I wanted to say thanks to everyone for being here. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the family. If you haven't subbed to the channel yet, please hit that button. It helps us grow. It helps us give you new records every day. But with all that out of the way, let's get to the record. Which today, the record is Kilburn and the High Roads. Handsome. Let's give it a listen. Handsome by Kilburn and the High Roads. Really interesting album. A nice way to end the preseason, I think. Not my favorite, certainly, but one that had quite a few unique sounds on it. And it was an interesting listen for sure. A band that I had never heard of, certainly. And both mom and dad said that Ian Dury, the lead singer of the band, this album sort of gained popularity after his second band, Ian Dury and the Blockheads, took off and they became quite big. Dad specifically said that was his onus for picking up this album, was Ian Dury's second band was a big hit. He knew that he had been in the band before, so he wanted to listen to some of that. Like I said, it's a good album. Not my favorite of the ones I pulled so far in the preseason here. It wouldn't be in my top three, but it had some good songs, some really interesting music on there, like musical sounds, different instruments, which definitely played into my favorite track on the album, The Call Up. Some really different sounds on that one from most of the rest of the record. Kind of some more tropical vibes. Really good on a sunny day like today, even though it's still cold outside and snowy. It gives you a little bit of that island vibe. So that was really nice. I really enjoyed that track. Definitely stuck out to me the most. I'd love to know your favorite track in the comments below. So please leave that down below. We'll have a conversation. We'll discuss Handsome and the Kilburn and the High Roads. This is their only album, so there won't be a large discography for us to talk about. But obviously then Ian Dury went on to form the Blockheads, and there's some great tracks there. So, feel free to bring that up too. I think that one of those albums should be in the collection, hopefully. Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll is one of their songs, the Blockheads, and I definitely know that one. I definitely remember that one being played when I was a child, so I'm pretty sure there's a Blockheads album over there somewhere. I just gotta find it. But yeah, this was a fun album. Definitely, like I said, not my favorite, but had some interesting sounds on it. Released in 1975, featuring 12 tracks. Excuse me. The album's cover art features a black and white photograph of Ian Dury and the band members with the title Handsome written in bold white letters. Now, I keep seeing this type of stuff where G tells me the way that an album looks, and then I look at the album and I'm like, not for me. It could be a few different things. Possibly that cover was a later release of the album, and that's sort of become the main edition. So this was an earlier release. It's also possible that a lot of these records were purchased in England, and there may possibly have been different title arts or cover arts, for the albums on one side of the ocean versus the other. So perhaps North America had a different looking cover than England did. That's also a possibility. I know they released some different versions of some albums, so like I said, that could sort of play both ways with there, where it's either a later version or it's different regions. But obviously that's not the cover that Apologies. I just bumped into the record player. I'll try not to do that. But obviously this is a different album than a different album cover, than the one that it's supposed to be. It's nice. I like it. I can't tell if this was a rotoscope. I don't even know if that would have been an applicable technology at the time. It looks like it was just a drawing of the 6 band members superimposed over a real image. It looks like possibly a prison yard or something. I'm not 100% sure. And this album has become a cult classic. It's considered one of the seminal albums of the British punk rock movement. After its release, the band went on tour with The Who and The Kinks, and then Ian Dury went on to achieve even greater success as the frontman of Ian Dury and the Blockheads, like we said, having hit songs like Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick and Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll. Classic song. Ian Dury passed away in 2000 at the age of 57, but his legacy as a pioneering figure in British rock and punk music lives on through his music, but also the influence he had on subsequent generations of musicians. So definitely someone who left a lasting imprint in the music scene and someone whose influence is felt even today. I would love to hear some of the bands that you know about that have been inspired by Kilburn and the High Roads. I heard a few, but I'm not really sure, and my research didn't bring up any specifically. So if you know some, I would love to know. Again, hit me with your favorite track. Hit me with your favorite Ian Dury band. I'm assuming it's going to be the Blockheads. That seems like it was sort of his big hit moment there. And overall, yeah, I mean, come be part of the family. We're growing every day. We're adding new members. We are one big family here, and we're gonna go through all of our records together. We're gonna find some great stuff together, and we're gonna have a great time. Super excited for it. But for now, this is the end of the preseason. 12 episodes done. We're done. It's been a good run so far. I learned a lot. You can go back and watch the very first episode and see just how bad I did it, and how every episode I try to take lessons from my previous ones and improve, try to create a better quality content product for you. The main thing that I'm still stuck on a little bit is the audio, obviously. I have some mics on the way, and I'm hoping that that's going to really boost the quality in that department a little bit, because obviously I understand that a big part of this content is the audio. So I would like to sound a little bit better. But overall, I think, yeah, it's been pretty good. A pretty solid little run here. 12 episodes deep. Preseason's over. We hit season 1 on Monday. I'm taking tomorrow off. But preseason done. Season 1 on Monday. Should be a pretty consistent product coming at you. And I'm thinking 90 records a season. So that breaks down to about 15 weeks of content. That's about 4 months. I think that's pretty good bar to aim for. By that point, we'll have over 100 records done. I'm thinking we can do some kind of 100 record recap, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. We'll start next week. 6 more records, 6 days a week. Join the family, sub, like, leave your comments. Love them all and try to respond as much as I can. Until the next record, have a great day. I love you all. Bye.